Now your microclimate forecast, presented by Bill Howe. Here's meteorologist Carlene Chavis.
Our weather's drying up. Some of us are getting
Yeah, we need to find some water for
a
you.
little allergy.
I know. I was going to go step over there. I was like, oh, don't have enough time.
Do you have time to go grab water? I'll go grab it for you.
Well, yeah, I appreciate that. It's the purple.
You do the weather. I'll go get the water.
Thank you. It's purple right over at the desk. Well, okay. We had some dry air that was around today. Apparently something getting caught in my throat. As we go into our forecast, something to keep in mind is we will have an onshore flow. So changes will remain in our forecast over the next couple days before we get right back into some much warmer temperatures. So, thank you, ladies. As we go into your forecast for tomorrow, we are talking about onshore flow that will bring some much cooler temperatures. So, one second, thank you.
This is live TV. Right?
I know, magic of live TV, and apparently a tear coming down my face too. So don't mind that. All right, so we're talking about 50s and 60s popping up, mainly from the mountains all the way towards the coast. We do have a current temperature of 43 degrees. That is for Mount Laguna. 58 degrees right now for Poway, 56 for Ramona, also 66 for downtown. Temperatures going into the rest of the night. Overnight lows will be into the 50s for the inland valleys, low 60s right along the coast. But something else that's changing up in our forecast is a very more intact marine layer that will start to move in. So that will be the case for tonight. Also, some patchy fog will be possible west of the mountains, clearing out by tomorrow afternoon. Cooler than average temperatures will take us from Thursday all the way into Friday, and we are talking about a change up in our forecast again by Monday. Santa Ana winds do look to pick up on that day, so hot temperatures, especially as we get into the low to mid 80s. That will be near the coast, and also talking about the upper 80s to low 90s being possible, and that time frame will be on Monday all the way in through Wednesday, but the real crucial day will be on Monday. Taking a look at that reduced visibility, because some of that fog is starting to move in. We have reduced visibility down to 1.5 miles for Miramar, also at 5 miles right now for Oceanside, the same for Carlsbad, down to 7 miles for Imperial Beach and 6 for Otay Mesa. So high pressure will move out. That brought in the heat. We had some 90s for the inland valleys today. Also talking about those 90s for the desert, now shifting gears, and a lot of 80s are popping up. We're not even seeing 80s by tomorrow. Most of our temperatures west of the mountains will be below average. We'll have a trough of low pressure that will move in, and so that will steer in that onshore flow, and gusty at times as well. And that's why it'd be more widespread across the county with cooler temperatures for tomorrow. 12 miles per hour with a wind gust in Julian at 5 p.m. up to 32 miles per hour for Borrego Springs. You can see what's really highlighted is the mountains as well as also the desert and desert mountain slopes seeing that action. So that's where the strong onshore flow will be, and that's also where an elevated fire risk will be as we go into tomorrow's forecast. The same for Friday, wind gusts up to 36 miles per hour for Borrego Springs. Taking a look at our 8-day microclimate forecast, will be into the low 70s for the coast next couple of days, mid 70s by tomorrow for the inland valleys, then climbing back into those 80s, more seasonal by this weekend. But as I said, the time frame we really have to focus on will be about Monday through Wednesday. We're talking about temperatures that will be warm west of the mountains, right back into those 90s for the inland valleys. Also, look at that, 85 degrees at the coast. That looks to stick around into Tuesday's forecast. We might have to elevate any watches or warnings that could be issued, but at this moment, we're just monitoring the system. Situation, I should say. Taking a look at mountains and desert. On the flip side, temperatures will be cooler as we hit that forecast. I'm going to stop talking now.
Wow. Cheers. You're not sick. You just got a little...
Yeah, something got caught in my throat, and I was sick.
Right before the weather segment.
Yay.
She powered through.
Steve Price jinxed us.
Yeah.
Go look at his Twitter account and see what he did.
Thanks, Steve.
We'd say that anyway, though, Twitter account or not, right?